Hi everyone. In this video, you'll be learning how to play the chorus section for the song Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol on the guitar. Now, if you remember last week where I showed you guys the tutorial videos on how to play the chords, you'll remember that there were three chords in that video. The first chord was A chord, the second chord was E, and the third chord was D. And then in that video, I asked you guys to go back to A. But that order was intentional because last week's video is linked to this video where you'll be learning chasing cars. So I put that order on that particular order of chords intentionally, just so you guys can actually remember the order of the chords instead of me jumbling it up and then in this video giving you a different order of chords. And if you remember in that video, you learned a particular strumming pattern, which was basically a downstroke with your right hand and then upstroke with your hand, down, up, if you remember that. And there was a magic number that I gave that strumming pattern for each chord, which was, if you remember, was 16. So one downstroke was considered 1, and then going up is 2, then 3, 4, 5, and etc. for each chord. So it was 16 strums for A chord, 16 strums for E, 16 for D chord, and then 16 again when we go back to A, and then it repeats again. So then it'll be another 16 for A, another 16 for E, and so on. So that was important. If you learned that from last week, it'll make it much more easier for you to learn the chorus section for this song because it uses the same principle of playing each chord with 16 strums and that particular chord progression in that order. The only thing I'll be changing for this section in particular is instead of going down and up for the strumming will only be downstrokes. So it will only be moving your right hand or left hand if you're left-handed players. You'll only be moving it down. So there's no need to strum up. I find that it's much easier to strum down, and because in this song the guitar part is played with only downstrokes, so we're trying to be as authentic to the song as we can. So before we begin showing you how it goes, I found that some people who didn't have picks or plectrums, which are these things, are a very useful tool for guitar players. You won't have, particularly for strumming the guitar, you don't have to use your fingers, because especially if you're beginning, it can sometimes hurt. But I understand that some, like half of the class, didn't have picks or plectrums, as they're called. So a good tip for guitar players is, so we use our thumb and our first finger, and if we just connect it like so, that can act as a pick to the strumming. So there's no need for people to use all their fingers to strum, because I saw that with some of the students. There's no need to do that. So just remember your thumb, your first finger, just join it together like so. And then it should be much easier to play instead of using all your fingers. So try to remember that for this video and any other times you're playing guitar without a pick. So just like so, it should be easier to do. Okay, so I'll start with a slow version of how the song goes, and then after that I'll add a version of the song where it's the normal speed or how the song should be played. And then after learning this part, I'd like you to join both the verse section, what you learned, and then this section. Don't worry, I'll add a separate video to demonstrate how the two sections work together. I'll even add my vocal part, or the singing part of the song on top of the guitar playing in the video, just so it can guide you along the way and you know which part, where you have to play your chords for certain parts of the song. So we'll only be learning the verse and chorus. So, um, so we'll begin. So after four, I'll just count after four, and then I'll play it slowly and just play along with me if you can. Okay, ready? After four. One, two, three, four. 15, 16. 14, 15, 16. 15,